I'm Sarah Fragani with your headlines in KENS 5 News now on this Tuesday, January 3rd. Police are investigating after a guy walked into traffic and got hit by a car on the city's northeast side. It happened on I-35 at Eisenhower. That's where neighbors heard the crash and told police the man just walked in the middle of the road. The driver did stop and tried to help, along with nearby residents, and he was rushed to the hospital and is in stable condition right now. The driver is not expected to face charges. Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin is being treated at a Cincinnati hospital in critical condition. The team confirmed overnight the 24-year-old suffered a cardiac arrest during Monday night's game. And this is new video from outside the hospital of fans gathering and leaving candles to show their support. For medical perspective on the situation, we spoke with a former NFL team physician. Dr. David Chow says there are more than 24 medical professionals on the field with at least 3 team physicians and other athletic trainers and staff. But the Bengals have access to even more resources since they're the home team. Dr. Chow says that includes emergency medics, paramedics, and trauma surgeons. Hamlin's heartbeat was restored on the field just before he was taken to the hospital for further treatment.
Rule of thumb is you have to stabilize someone. Like when you're on the field, you have more equipment, more people. When you're in the ambulance, you can't fit 20 people in there. It's like 3 people at most. And so you want to stabilize before you transport. And I didn't see anything wrong with the way that the Bengals or Bill staff handled this.
Fans and people across the country are also helping Hamlin with a mission that he started way before last night's tragedy. He created a GoFundMe for a community toy drive back in 2020. Fans found the page overnight and started donating to it. So far, more than $3.2 million has been raised. GoFundMe confirmed overnight the fundraiser is still active and legitimate for anyone who would like to support it. In other news, San Antonio police are confirming an SAPD officer has been placed on administrative duty. The incident happened in late November when a car was stolen from off-duty officer Miguel Leal's son. The officer tracked down the car and shot at it. The 18-year-old suspect ended up crashing and tried to run, but was eventually caught and arrested. Now Leal is on administrative duty until further notice. And the SAPD shooting team and the Internal Affairs Unit have been conducting separate investigations. Their findings will be sent to the Bexar County DA's office. A man accused of exposing himself to a woman at a Northwest Side parking lot is now being investigated for multiple cases of indecent exposure and stalking. Patrick Mendoza was arrested over the weekend for the November 26 incident. The woman told police she was sitting in the back of a car with her child when Mendoza pulled up in a white BMW and exposed himself to her. According to that arrest warrant, the woman quickly pulled out her phone and started recording Mendoza as he drove away, catching his image and license plate number. Meanwhile, a man accused of forcing his way into a woman's San Antonio home and assaulting her is now off the streets. 20-year-old Tyron Eads is facing armed robbery charges and aggravated sex assault after that attack in November. Police say the woman took a picture of her attacker, and that picture eventually led to Eads' arrest. New data from the U.S. Census Bureau reveals Texas's population is booming, surpassing 30 million in July. That is an increase of 470,000 residents from the year before, making Texas the state with the most population growth in the past year. Florida was the only other state to gain more than 400,000 new residents during that same time period. All eyes are on Capitol Hill today as the 118th Congress begins today, but no one knows yet who's going to be the next Speaker of the House. Republican leader Kevin McCarthy held a late-night meeting in hopes of securing the support he needs. McCarthy even made concessions to try and gain support from the far-right wing of his party, but several members say they will not vote for him regardless. Reports have also said he does not have enough votes to win today. Meanwhile, former President Trump could make a return to Facebook soon. Meta says it is considering allowing the former president back, and it expects to make a final decision in the coming weeks. Trump was banned from Meta's platforms, which include Facebook and Instagram, after the January 6 Capitol attack. Recent reports show the price for eggs jumped 49% in the past year. And one reason is avian flu hitting farms hard. The CDC estimating nearly 58 million commercial and backyard birds have been affected in the past year across the country. On top of the avian flu, some farmers say the unpredictable seasonal changes have been a leading cause for chickens struggling to lay eggs. And that lack of production and an increase in cost for chicken feed and cartons have led to steep price increases. Caught on camera here, rescue crews calling this a miracle. 4 people lived after the Tesla they were in went off a cliff in California. The car crashed 250 feet down the cliff with 2 adults and 2 children inside. And because of the terrain, helicopters were brought in to lift each victim. The kids have moderate injuries, but both adults are now in critical condition. And trending now, great news for UTSA's Frank Harris, who just announced his engagement to Taryn Travieso. She is a San Antonio native who played softball at Kansas. And here are pictures of the happy couple. Coach Jeff Traylor says this is the best job of recruiting the star quarterback has ever done. He wished the happy couple a congratulations. And here at KENS 5, we want to wish them a big congrats as well. We do want to check in with Paul right now for a quick look of your forecast.
All right. Despite a cold frontal boundary this morning, temperatures will still reach the mid-70s. I'm expecting a low this morning at about 58, high 76. It will be breezy at times, and then this evening, temperatures get a little cooler, especially overnight.
And that's KENS 5 News Now. Thanks so much for joining me and subscribing online. Also, if you're in front of the TV, be sure to tune in to KENS 5 Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 7 a.m. I'm Sarah Fergani. Have a good day.